Hello, everybody. We get a lot of calls on fiancé visas and green cards. A lot of people don't understand the system, and I thought I'd create something very rapid to kind of provide you an overview so we can help you pass the first stage in understanding the system and how it works. When you meet someone in a foreign country, a lot of people meet them by or a website that they use or by traveling. Let's say you fall in love. Let's use me as an example. Let's say I fall in love with a girl in Italy. I cannot go to Italy, marry her, and bring her back. There's a rumor out there, and unfortunately, it's a very powerful rumor. I wish the truth were as powerful as this rumor, that you can marry the person, bring them back. It's absolutely not true in America. So you have two choices. You can either marry the person in the foreign country and then file for a green card in the United States and then wait the time period required to bring that person in. Or alternatively, if you're not 100% sure that this is the one, I would highly recommend a fiancé visa, also called the K1. And it takes the same amount of time, but what it allows you is the privilege of having this person over in the United States, living with you for 3 months. Now, you know, take my word for it, until you've lived with someone, for those of you who haven't, you really don't know a person. Dating someone or going abroad and seeing them during a vacation, meeting their family, blah, blah, blah. Yes, that's all nice and wonderful. But you know what? You can go on a vacation with almost anybody and have a wonderful time. Living with someone on a day-to-day basis and understanding their home habits, their cleaning habits, their eccentricities, there you go, that's a whole different ballgame. Some people have some very strange habits, and you may not be able to live with them, and certainly not for the rest of your life. So I'm a big fan of, try it out first. Let's make sure it works before we commit to something. But basically, if you're filing a K1 or fiancé visa, the person gets to enter the country 3 months together, and then you either marry them, in which case they can stay in the country, get work authorization, and even permission to travel back home, or the person has to leave. Now, the good news is that if it doesn't work out with you, the person can't marry someone else. And what surprises me is I have a lot of friends, and a lot of them who are single or divorced like myself, and they're having trouble meeting the right person. Yet for some unknown reason, some of these people from abroad come here, it doesn't work out with one person, and within a month they found the next person that they can marry and stay with for the rest of their lives. Think about that. Think about how safe that is. So make certain that this is a relationship not based on immigration, but based on true love or some other dynamic that you both feel will enhance the value of your lives. Because what a lot of people don't realize, for example, is that if you get married for immigration, which as a lawyer I can't recommend, but as a human being I don't recommend. If you get married for immigration, this person can blackmail you. And when I started my career 29 years ago, I had a client who told me that he was paying at that time $10,000 a month to his U.S. citizen wife because he no longer wanted to be with her, and it was kind of based on immigration. He wasn't a client of ours, a potential client. And he asked me, is there something that you can do to stop her from blackmailing me? Well, unfortunately, that's one of the risks. There are a lot more risks, especially if you have a child and the issues that go on in family court. I mean, it just goes from bad to worse. So, find the right person for yourself. Start out with a fiance visa if you want. Then, when the person is in the United States, let's say you've been together a month and you're thinking, yeah, this is the one, you can file for green cards. You can file for the green card anytime in that 3 month period before the person has to leave. And then it's called an adjustment of status. We adjust the status from that of a visa holder to that of a green card holder. And then that procedure takes 6 to 8 months on average. I'm generalizing across the country. But usually in 30 to 60 days, the person gets a work authorization. They can work wherever they want. They can get a driver's license. And as long as they haven't overstayed or, messed with the law, they can get what's called advance parole, which is advance permission to re-enter the country. So they can leave, get their things back home, sell their home, get out of their lease, whatever they need to do, and then return to your loving arms. So that's the way it works. Alternatively, if you marry somebody, you can marry them abroad. They enter to the United States, same thing, 6 to 8 months. And again, I'm generalizing across the United States. And they file for the green card, they get a work authorization 30 to 60 days, and they get advance parole if they qualify to leave the country. So that should kind of provide you with an idea of what's going on in terms of when you first meet the person. Then the second part that everybody asks me about is citizenship. Well, if you obtained your green card through marriage, you can become a citizen in 3 years. If you obtained it in any other way, then it's a 5 year wait. So you've also got that advantage. So hopefully you find that right person, be it on the internet, because I know a lot of people, even local people here, are finding their mates on the internet. It's a way of helping you expand your circle, especially if you're somebody who's heavily involved in their career, as I am, and you're not out there all the time. It does help, or through your travels. So whatever you want to do, go ahead and do it. Meet the right person. Now you know the law. Follow it, and I hope that you have a happy life together.